Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is the Brew City Rider, and I got a kind of a fun video for you today regarding some knife stuff. And what I'm going to be doing is comparing an authentic cold steel Leatherneck SF to a cheap fake cold steel Leatherneck SF from TEMU. However you pronounce that, TEMU, don't know. Now I've seen a few videos on these TEMU knives and people seem to like them, and some people are wondering if they're factory seconds and that type of thing. Well, I'm going to put that rumor to rest in this video. Stay tuned. So here we have the cold steel, and this is the cold steel knockoff. And I'm going to tell you right up front, this is absolutely not a factory second. And here's the box the TEMU comes in. It says cold steel. It's a bluish silver type box with no other markings whatsoever. As you know, the cold steel boxes are black and they come with all the specs right on the top. So yeah, pure knockoff box. I wouldn't even call it a knockoff. They didn't even really try that hard. But for the uninitiated, I guess, they might think they're getting a cold steel. But of course you're not. I'll just quickly show you the cold steel Leatherneck. I'm sure everybody's very familiar with it. It's a craton handle and a German D2 blade, Leatherneck SF, German D2 made in Taiwan. And it's got the the Securex sheath. I actually really like these sheaths. Some people don't, but I think they're incredible. And what I usually do is take off the strap and add a Tech-Lock type device on the back. Okay, now here's the made in China knockoff. I'll get to the sheath in a minute. But here's the blade. Very similar looking. I believe it's slightly smaller. We'll measure it up. One odd thing is they have the cold steel written in the handle and it's upside down. That's pretty strange. It is a full tang, or at least a full encapsulated tang. You see it here, it's quite wide. Pretty much identical to the cold steel. I think we're going to find that the blade stock is thinner and it's maybe slightly shorter. I haven't actually measured it yet. And the smell of this, it's got a really nasty chemical smell, whereas on the cold steel there is no smell. It's also a slightly shorter handle. I'll lay them down so hopefully you can see that. They're guard to guard. And you can see the cold steel is slightly longer. And the blades are real close. I'm going to actually measure those up right now. So first, the TEMU knife. It is 6 7/8, I would say. And the cold steel, six, and I'm going to go 7/8. So the blade length is the same. Well, I think this knockoff is a 1/16 of an inch shorter, best I can tell. Now the handles, the cold steel, about 4 3/4. The TEMU, 4 1/2. So slightly shorter on the handle. Looks like about the same thickness. Same design. They both have the pinch point here up by the guard. The cold steels is a little grippier. This is a little slipperier on the TEMU. And of course you notice on the guard it's got this cutout, and I'll show you what that's for in a sec. Let's check the thickness of the blade. Cold steel is about 0.195. Zero it out. TEMU is 0.136. So quite a bit more of a thin stock. Yeah. The TEMU also has a little rough notch here that they intended for ferro rod striking, which is kind of nice. And they're including a ferro rod in the sheath. It actually works very well. So it throws sparks really, really nice. So that's nice. They also include this little flashlight, which they have mounted upside down in the sheath, which is kind of goofy. It's a little, I don't know if you can see it in the sunlight. It's a little twist to activate. And then they have this design so you can actually fit it in the guard like that. I don't know when you would ever use that, but there it is. All right, so the knife, and I have used this a bit, it seems to be fine. It's a mystery steel. It's a mystery stainless steel, so it could be anything. But like I said, it has held up pretty well, and it comes razor sharp. Some people have said it's 8CR MOV, 8CR13 MOV, which is a Chinese stainless similar to Japanese AUS 8A. But it could be 7CR or even a 5CR, I don't know. But like I said, it is held up fine, so it could be an 8CR. So a decent budget blade to use as a beater or a truck knife. Really no complaints there. Doesn't hold a candle to the authentic cold steel with the German D2. This is a much thicker stock, much stronger blade, razor sharp, grippier handle, a little longer handle. Now let's get to the sheath. This sheath that comes with the TEMU cold steel knockoff is absolute junk. Look at this clip that they send with it. It's a plastic clip, and it's very flimsy. When you pull the knife out, most times the whole sheath comes out with it. Very, very flimsy, and you can't remove it without breaking it. It's riveted on. But the worst thing of all is there's no retention. If you get it in just right, it'll hold it for a little bit. Like here, it's holding decent now. Yeah, terrible retention. So I picked this up for, I believe it was $16 on TEMU.com. And after I got it and saw how terrible the sheath was, I initiated a return. And they said, we'll just credit you, give you your money back, and just keep the knife. So I got this for free, basically. And this is a plastic, not a Kydex. So I don't believe you could heat it up and reform it. I have not tried that though, but it's plastic. So if this had better retention and a better clip, or at least the ability to put a tech lock or some other type of mounting system on it, which you could probably still do, you could bust this clip off and utilize some of the other holes, but the retention is still a problem. It would be an okay knife for $16, that's for sure. But you know what? The authentic cold steel, if you get it on sale like I just did from Midway USA or Amazon or other places, I only paid $30 for this. It's a no-brainer. Get the real deal. Even if you pay full price, I think they're only around $60-ish. I already had the Leatherneck Tanto version, and I'll show you. This is how I like to set up my sheaths. I take off the floppy portion of the cold steel. It just screws right off, and I add a tech lock or a tech lock type device. That's how I like to carry them. That way you can easily conceal them. Carries a little higher up on your body, and it's very secure, and you can slide your belt through the loop, or you can unclip it. Just unlock it like that, and then this particular one is a push button. Just push the button and raise it up, and it's got the adjustable belt width piece here. Clip it over your belt, snap it, lock it. It's not coming off. All right, guys, that'll do it for this one. I hope it was helpful, and I hope I put that rumor to bed that this is a factory second, because it absolutely is not. It's an inferior knife, but still not a bad knife, especially for the dollars. Sheath is terrible. All right. Have a good one, guys. This is BCR signing out. Later.